family, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Selina Zinchuk. I've been seeing on YouTube that many people having problems with using cloves, water on their hair. Some say it makes their hair extremely dry, some says it also breaks their hair out. I've been using cloves for a while now and I use it with caution. And while using clothes, I also make sure that I moisturize my hair properly with a leave-in treatment and also with a cream. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a particular way that you can use clothes so that your hair cannot break off. And I hope that this various methods can be able to solve that problem with clothes. Now in this method, I'm going to be infusing clothes into a creamy butter. As you guys can see, it is just so fluffy and it is just so amazing that it is just falling off from my hand, which this is how clove should be when you make it in the butter. When you make your clove butter, it shouldn't be hard, like as if to say you are just taking your butter out from your bag and it's just hard like that. So let me show you my secret. The first thing you will need is your clove. I also show you how to grind your clove into powder. I will leave that video down in the description box. But in today's video, I will be using clove powder. You can pick this up from Walmart or from your grocery store. Just make it easy when you want to infuse your cloves into your oil. So I'm just taking about 3 tablespoons of our clove powder. And I love the way this powder is ground so neatly. And then I'm going in with my extra virgin olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use sweet almond oil, and I'm using 1/4 cup of that. Now the next oil that I found to be amazing for hair growth and it also helps to reduce split ends is my sesame oil. And I just love the way it is also dark. That shows how potent it is. And I'm also going in with 1/4 cup of that. Now we are going to be infusing this oil using the double boiler method. I'm just going to give it a good stir first, and after that I'm going to transfer it into our hot water. And I left this on for about 30 minutes, making sure that I was stirring it very often. Once you notice that your oil color have changed, you have a change in the color, that means it is ready. You can just turn your stove off and then just leave it to cool down a bit because you don't want to burn yourself. After it cool down, we will now need our butter, and for this I'm using shea butter. Each time I'm filming this video, you guys ask for the measurement. So I'm just trying to show you guys how I measured it. I'm trying to get 4 ounces of shea butter. My beaker gave me 0.7. So I just needed to reach to 4.7 ounces, and I'm measuring it in ounces because I need my butter to be in ounce measurement. So I got my 4 ounce of shea butter. This is a raw organic shea butter. It is not mixed with anything. If you are interested in it, I also have it on my website. It is imported from Ghana. And then after that, I'm just going to transfer our clove oil that we made, but using a cheesecloth because we don't want the powder into the oil. We just need the infused clove oil. After that, I'm just going to transfer it into the double boiler again so that we can melt our butter down because we need the shea butter to melt down. Again, do not use a microwave to melt your butter. Do not also use direct heat to melt your butter. Just make sure that you are using the double boiler method. And then we transfer our butter into the freezer. After leaving it in for a couple of hours, this is how hard it is. Now this is where my secret butter recipe come into play. We're going to put it into the double boiler one more time. Let it melt down to butter again. And this time you need it to be very soft. Your finger should be able to go through it. You can just leave it in for about 15-20 minutes. And after that, you start to blend your butter. Now, blending your butter, you also need to be careful at what speed you have your blender on, because if you have it on very high, you will put in a lot of air into your butter, and this is where you wouldn't have this soft fluffy butter. You will be left with hard butter just the way it was before melting it down. That's another tip I'm giving you. That's another Selena secrets I'm giving you. After that, just mix all your ingredients in, and when you blend it, you should have a butter like this. See how soft and fluffy that butter is. I'm telling you, the moment it touches your finger, it just melts off your finger like that. It will be easy for it to penetrate your hair shaft. It will also leave your hair very, very soft and very moisturized. You wouldn't have struggle with you melting it into your hands. I'm going to bring it closer for you guys to see what I'm talking about. Now, this is how a hair butter should look. I'm sorry, if you are making your butter and it doesn't turn up like this, then your technique that you are using is not right. So I'm giving you all my tips and my secrets so you can practice it and use it just how I am doing it in this video. Now, there are various tips. Number one, you need to put your butter back on for the second time to break it down for the second time. And number two, yes, I repeated that. And number two, you need to make sure that you are blending it on low speed. Now, being that we added a lot of oils and shea butter melt down to oils, I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of our organic arrowroot powder. What this does, it reduces the amount of oiliness in our butter. So that's another tip again I'm giving you. That's another trick. And look how our butter is looking. After that, I'm just going to transfer it into our container, and I rub this container down with rubbing alcohol just to make sure it is extremely clean. Now, check it out. It is just so fluffy and just so soft that it is just melting. Now, if you are using clove this way, I promise you, your hair wouldn't feel hard and your hair wouldn't break off. Now, the second way for you to use clove, you would need your carrots. Just slice it up in smaller pieces and then go in with your 1 cup of water and blend it up. After that, you can strain it. After screening it, we are going to put this on the stove just so it can get to boiling temperature. The moment it reaches the boiling temperature, we'll turn it off. Now you can add in about 1 teaspoon of clove. It's, again, if you are having sensitivity to clove, I would recommend that you don't use a lot. 1 tablespoon will be enough for you to infuse it and use it. Maybe you are using too much clove. That is what causing the hardness and breakage on your hair. And after that, you can use this water to wash your hair up with it, and then you can rinse your hair out and go in with your clove butter. Okay, family, so this is the end of today's video. I hope you love it, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.